I ain't even in my zone right now, but
Interview that like that Drake got started from the bottom from him. By the way, remember this is around the time Drake is getting really introduced to Atlanta. Like this is like really like a fucking this is a time machine. This is what Drake said about it. This is 11 years ago. Listen to this interview, right? Is that LA Leaker?
Just incredible fuzz fan tab. We got the homie
The new song, man, Honest, just came out, what, yesterday?
Started doing it.
Let's start it off slow, man.
Let's start.
Did Future really do Bugatti in one take?
Yep. Bugatti in one take.
You're being honest.
I'm being completely honest.
It's a true story.
It's a true story. Because when I say one take, I do the whole track. Like, so I remember doing it. I said, I'm looking for you. I started doing it. So I did it in one take, but even after I said,
This is the greatest Atlanta rapper who ever lived.
I woke up in a new Bugatti, I still completed the whole track. I just get one lead and I went down the whole track.
Crazy.
But even when I did it in one take, the first time I said it, he was like, man, you already said it. You already.
Miley working together.
Yeah, man, Miley, we got a dope record together. She growing up, so I'm.
Took it there, though. She took it there.
But she twerked the video.
Hook, or one feature that you wish you would have been on was Started From the Bottom.
Oh, here we go.
Miley,
Younger
yeah.
Miley, I wasn't really following Younger Miley, man.
She twerking now, man. She living.
She started the twerk video. She
Real
started
talk.
twerking it.
Yeah.
She didn't start the first. She wasn't the first one to twerk something, but
She took it there, though. She took it there.
But she twerked the video.
Yeah, she made it pop.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with my man Shaheem Reed where you said that you one verse that you wish that you would have been on, or one hook or one feature that you wish you would have been on was Started From the Bottom.
Yeah.
Started From the Bottom would have been a track that you would have liked to have been on.
Yeah, because when I was in the studio when we was making the record, when he made the record, he was in the studio session with me. That's when I had the chosen one. And I'm like, started when you make it from the bottom, you the chosen one.
Oh, that's why Drake played that shit. He said he just got back from Atlanta. He played Chosen in that club. Oh, so this is definitely during 2013.
So, but we was at the studio. Drake came by the studio, and I always tell my engineer, started from the bottom. So when I put the beats on, I was like, man, put the beats in. So I always say, started from the bottom. When I say started from the bottom, he thought I was talking about a song. So when I played Chosen One, he loved the Chosen One, but he was waiting for me and Chosen One to say started from the bottom. So he said instantly, he telling me this story. He bought me a bottle of Louis XIII that I never opened up.
Wow.
Because of this story, and I'm like, man, I want a bottle, I need publishing.
Said, fuck me inspiring you for one of the biggest hits you got. Nigga, give me some pub.
You know what I'm saying? But
Apparently Drake tells him a story like, yo, the reason why I made Started From the Bottom, I was listening when you played me Chosen, and I watched you record, and you kept saying to your engineer, yo, Started From the Bottom. I recorded a track that literally said,
Hey,
Started
get up
From
outta
the
here.
Bottom.
with Drake, that's the homie, and he was like, man, started from the bottom. It stayed on my mind. I instantly got in the video, got in with the driver and told him put the CD in. I already had the beat, and I just started saying started from the bottom. Then we here.
Crazy.
Said, but I was like, man, why you ain't tell me in the studio?
Well, that leads me to my next question. Wow. With the new album coming out, Nothing Was the Same, can we expect to hear Future on his new album?
We working now. We working out. You never know what to expect. I know we on the tour together, so
yeah,
one thing at a time.
That's kind of crazy.
Great story, man. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I'm still tripping.
That's the first time I ever told somebody this story on air.
Yeah,
in the public.
Crazy, man.
Wow. So basically, Future inspired Started From the Bottom, right? Wow. And Started From the Bottom is the third track on Nothing Was the Same. By the way, he's writing Started From the Bottom. Look. And then what's after that?
Act is on the Glaze
What's
session.
Wu-Tang Forever. So he's gonna put Wu-Tang Forever. Oh,
Hey,
that's
get in
exactly
here.
what it is. Wu-Tang Forever.
Cash, get in here.
Tuscan Leather, Furthest Thing, started from the bottom, Wu-Tang Forever. So he kept that track listing whenever he was writing this.
I feel like, yo, I swear to God, I was just about to.
Then he puts, is that Janae?
Cash.
Janae,
Okay,
Brittany
get in here.
Interlude?
Cash.
Who the fuck is Brittany? Now, that doesn't
Get in
show
here.
up on here. We see
Come here.
Own It and Worst Behavior. The only track that has Janae is From Time. And is there an interlude on this? I don't think there's an interlude. There's no interlude. So maybe you're talking about From Time? Okay.
Here, Cash. Come here.
That's sick.
Come here.
I feel like Swiss Beats would put it on.
Yeah, the niggas like really going. Yo, no matter what you think about Drake, you know what? This makes you gain so much respect for him, bro. The niggas, you could see like he's in the studio really coming up with these like the very thought of Drake being some guy who like people like Quentin Miller, anybody else who has ever collaborated with him, just gave him a career. You now understand why he's like, bro, like, yeah, we might have collaborated, but you niggas never gave me shit. I had to really go do this shit. You're watching him in these moments of him crafting not only these projects, coming up with these songs, working the shit out, even if he got an idea from somebody. I'm not saying he didn't get an idea from anybody, but of course, he might got an idea from somebody, but he still got to do the work. He still got to make this shit great.
Oh yeah. Space.
There's another one over here too if you get frustrated with that one.
I was gonna troll y'all just now with the glazing and be like, yo, Drake got the best handwriting of all rappers, just to troll y'all. Just to be like, y'all be like, God damn, this nigga dick writing. I'm playing, though. This is a joke.
That
There's another chart thing over here too if you get frustrated with
Hit Boy
Little kids when we do the
into
interlude.
Back my dog. Yeah. I just.
Empire.
Yeah.
Drake.
Sundash Dollar.
You said Hit Boy interlude. What did Hit Boy produce? Didn't Hit Boy do worse? No, he didn't do Worst Behavior. What did Hit Boy produce on here? He said Hit Boy interlude, right? Let's see, Drake, Hit Boy. Didn't Hit Boy do like Trophies or something like that? Hit Boy did Trophies, but Trophies wasn't on it, right? He did Trophies, but Trophies wasn't on it. And then, so he did Trophies. I'm looking up all the tracks Hit Boy ever did with Drake. Right there, that's whatever. And then, okay, yeah, so the only track he did was Trophies, which came out 2014. That came out on the Young Money project. It didn't come out on Drake. Nothing Was the Same project that came out a year earlier. So it looked like Drake was going to put Trophy. Oh, Drake should have put Trophies on it. If it's a hit, he says Hit Boy interlude? What? Then Drake, Sean, and what? Who's this? And Chains? I think that's All Me, right? That's All Me. Yeah. That's on the deluxe. All Me. Yeah, okay. Drake, Chains, and Drake, Chains, and Sean.
Spaces.
Is that C? Wait, what's that?
Connect.
Oh, Connect. Connect is the joint. Ooh. This might be Drake's greatest album, by the way.
Facts.
Nothing Was the Same. I've asked him personally. Nothing Was the Same as his favorite album. It's his favorite personal album. And I know people love Take Care, but this album might be better than that. If not, just right there. You know what I'm saying?
Come through.
Somewhere between psychotic and
Is that Come Through? Yeah, Come Through. Wait, is that Come Through? Wait, isn't Come Through? Oh, Come Through's on the deluxe. Yeah. All right.
iconic.
Leave her alone.
then Hove and Boy Wonder. By the way, Boy Wonder, they write his name as 1DA. So Hove and Wonder, and I guess that's is that Pound Cake? Yeah, Pound Cake. So Pound Cake is produced by Boy Wonder, and you got Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z. So that's Pound Cake / Paris Morton 2. Ah, okay. No, this is fire. Nigga, I would have watched this on Hulu, nigga.
Somewhere between psychotic and iconic.
Motions.
Somewhere between psychotic and iconic.
Wait, is that Jodeci freestyle? He says motions and Jodeci. What?
Somewhere between psychotic and iconic. Somewhere between I want it and I got it.
Yo, heat of the moment. Yo, heat of the moment was so fucking fire. He should have put. Yo, heat of the moment came out on what was that shit? It was Care Package. It came out on Care Package. Heat of the moment was fire though.
Somewhere between psychotic and iconic. Oh yeah. Somewhere between I want it and I got it.
You better stay out of my room.
Somewhere
Stay out the
between
room.
psychotic and iconic. Somewhere between I want it and
What's No Secret? I don't know what No Secret is.
I got it.
But he put a question mark by it.
Somewhere between somewhere between I want it and I got it.
Yo, chat. This is a man that's like coming up with like the track listing for a classic album, something that's defined our time.
Somewhere between somewhere and I'm lifted.
You got Noel in the back, or probably 40 that's just running the track back, probably trying to get the vocals right, moving it over to the left a bit, this and third, mixing it down, doing all that.
The title, by the way, I gotta switch that.
Somewhere between a mistress and
thing
commitment,
sounds like
but
a
I stayed down. Girl, I
Keith
always
Urban
stayed
song.
down.
He said sounds like a Keith Urban song. Nah, furthest thing, perfect title. He kept the title clearly.
Stay down, girl, I always stay
No offense,
down.
Keith
Yet
Urban.
I never lay down.
Sounds like one of your
Promise to
songs.
break everybody all before. Body all before break. Body all.
And then,
Body all. Yo.
So let's see what he hasn't put. So he didn't have language yet. Oh, okay. So now this makes sense. Clearly, his influence with Atlanta gets him language, right? Like clearly, that's where language comes from, right? So basically, we get to find out 2013 while creating this album, Drake meets Atlanta. Wow. So what? Like, if this was a documentary, while going through Drake having this unique sound that he mastered on Take Care, and he's doing it again, he gets in like enveloped into this like new culture that's like in the clubs, and it's strip clubs, and he's already rapping and singing about strippers. Like, we have Hold On, We're Going Home, which is already a natural song of him singing to a stripper saying, let's go home and fuck this club. He's already kind of talking about strip clubs. Where's strip clubs the most popular? Atlanta. He goes there. He's fucking with the artist. The sound is being infectious. He starts to kind of like get into it a bit. That's when we get, of course, the next project, which becomes If You Were Reading This Is Too Late. This shit is the GOAT. I ain't gonna lie. This thing is the GOAT. And also, for everybody who says culture vulture shit, you realize that naturally he's coming into these waves and flows.
Body all beat. Body all before. Body all beat.
Oh, by the way, if you don't hear what's happening, they're fucking with, I think they use Melodyne. So, they're not using the Antares. The producers know what I'm talking about. Antares Autotune, which historically, that's what the T-Pain effect is Antares Autotune. What later became the thing that they kind of tune people's voices was called Melodyne. And when they mix that, they kind of find the right tune. Like, they'll find the note or the chord that it needs to be in for that, like, chorus or whatever. And yeah, so basically, which I don't think that's who gives a fuck if Drake has slight, by the way, it's gonna be slight autotune because his voice never sounds robotic, so slight autotune. You remember hearing like Swagger Like Us? That's when niggas was abusing the autotune. Like, they're turning up to the max where their voice just doesn't even sound like themselves anymore. So Drake uses autotune just slight.
body, oh, before your body, oh, before I break down.
Yeah,
Body, oh, before I break. Body, oh, before I break. Body.
and you know, Drake's just not the best singer. That's just the reality of it, right? So they got to tune his voice a little bit.
I'ma still break everybody, oh, before I break. I'ma still break everybody, oh, before I break.
So if we and I'll give you a real quick history tour. If we go all the way to, I can't even. What's his name of that song? That love. It was like it's a computer, computer love, like that type of sound. That was like done with like almost it was a physical instrument that you would put in your mouth and your voice would go into it, then create that effect through a recorder. That was like old school, like, you know, T-Pain and obviously the digital era of recording. It then became okay. Antares came out with this thing called autotune, and Antares is the company. Autotune is the thing. You could quickly take a vocal sample or recording, put a note on it, and it will just quickly change it. Right? There's leaps and bounds of how it's changed, and yeah, you're seeing even, you know. By the way, this is very normal now. Like, I don't want to accuse Beyonce of anything, which I don't think this is an accusation. Like, people using autotune, everybody uses autotune. Autotune is a part of mixing these days. That's just what it is, right? Like, if you have a great vocal sample for like a chorus and one note is off, you're gonna correct that note. You're not gonna have them record it over again. You're gonna throw on a software on that bitch and you're gonna correct that one note, right? So like, you know, usually people used to be like, oh, so-and-so uses auto-tune and be like, oh, they can't sing. These days, auto-tune or Melodyne or however you want to pitch correct a musician's voice, it's normal. It's normal with the mixing process.
Break down.
Like if a nigga's like basically if a nigga was singing in a, you know, C major note when it should have been a B minor or whatever the case is, you know what I mean? Like they could fucking correct it, like, you know.
I break down. Everyone just wait now. Everyone just wait. Everyone just.
Four Light says on vacation and all. Where are you on vacation, Four Light? Shout out to my man Four Light. He said he's on vacation right now and he's still watching. That's a real chat thing. On vacation, still watching. I appreciate you so much. Where are you on vacation at? And he says, yo, they're only spinning Drake. They're not spinning K-Dot. Where are you on vacation now? Let me know. Okay, all right. So he's coming up with a track listing.
Just wait now. So much on.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Can I say now? What more can I say?
Okay, so by the way, I think, is this Logic? I don't know if they're recording in Logic. Is this Logic or is this is Pro Tools, ain't it? This might be Pro Tools. I think this is Pro Tools.
On the low, scheming.
Yeah, I think it is. All right.
Mobbing on the low, fucking on the low. Wanna know
Okay.
I'm perfect like everyone. I just.
Oh yeah. So 40 is pretty much. I guess 40 does most of the recording. You know Noel, like you know they call Noel the reference dude, like the he's gonna come with the actual track that's almost ready for mixing and mastering. So he's the engineer, but sometimes the engineer is not the guy who records it. I think 40 not only a producer, like say 40's recording Drake, and 40's like, yo, I think this is why they came up with the whole thing. And by the way, I'm sorry if I'm musically nerding y'all out. I'm sorry. I think this is how they come out. You know how Drake started doing the songs where, like, say on No Tellin', the song kind of transitions into another song. Like he does like these songs, like 0 to 100 and Catch, where you almost have like this the music goes down, but it builds up into this other part of the track. There's 2 tracks in one. That's, I think, where a lot of 40's like production comes in. Where if now you're in the studio, you're like, yo, let me get this pad or whatever. When I mean pad, like pad is usually like it's almost like a collection of like instruments. It's like, like, you know what I mean? But it'll keep the aura up of the track. Let me add some instrumentation here. Let me fucking, let me let me switch up the beat to the point where, okay, there's no drums here, but we're going with the piano riff or whatever, like anything. So this is where like have it, and for anybody who records music, you want to have a 40 in your corner, right? You don't only want a guy who could just hit record and be like, oh, well, that's all I could do. A 40 is going to come with like, all right, let's switch the beat up. Let me put some additional instrumentation. Let's actually cut that. We're going to go, yeah, this is the guy. So if you notice a lot of Drake production, he'll always get production credit, or not always, a lot of times, even if he didn't do the original beat. Because when Drake is now recording the song, say Wonder did it, right? It's a slap, right? It's a banging instrumental, but Drake wants to do something different. He wants to make it 2 songs, or he wants to, you know, kind of switch up the beat after the second verse and go into like this whole new singing riff. 40, I believe, I've never been in the studio with him, but 40, I believe he does that. You get what I'm saying? Somebody said I'm slurping. Pause. Okay.
Why?
Yeah, that's Drake recording.
Again, iconic.
My boy Hush still in the car. Okay.
Tighter if you shift just like smallest fraction. Now people I believe in, they don't even show their face now. What they got to say now, nothing they can say now.
Nothing they can say is a bit off.
Now, I'm wondering, you know why this is also like priceless? And I could be very wrong. I'm giving amateur assessments just based on like the music I've heard as the final product, what I thought the work process is, seeing this. I wonder if Drake still spends this amount of time. Like, because what's happening here is Drake's done recording, right? Like, these days he could be like, yo, I'm out. I'm going to the club. I got to go fuck some bitches. Like, this is him staying while they're mixing the song, while they're moving. He's saying, yo, move my vocals over a little bit. Yo, like the timing is off. Like, this is how much he's caring about it. Like, he's guiding. Obviously, collective working process, but him, 40, Hush, they're almost like, yo, move the vocals over a little bit. Again, you know, everybody has a different role here. His role is to record the song. The engineer is supposed to, you know, they could do that by themselves. But, you know, you want to be locked into the process. And this is like the greatness of when you have early artists who care about every little thing. They're not going to just leave it to, oh, yeah, I trust my engineer. I know he's just going to mix it right and blah, blah, blah. Because you know the exact timing. So yeah, he's putting in the work.
Leave her alone.
That's the list right there. So it'll go like song and either this or song with space and then this. Tentatively, that's a tentative title.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like start, and then it would like start from the bottom.
And then we'll start, yeah.
Yeah, he's burning the whole. This is Future the Prince. This is a guy who DJs for him, but also like manages. This kind of like road manager as well. Yeah, he's burning the hole in this song. You know, this is, and again, maybe he still has a shit ton of other footage that he's just not putting in here. But you know, he's giving us a lot of this one song because we're also thinking, bro, are you just giving us all the footage that could be in a documentary that could gain you 100 million, or you're just not giving a fuck? Let's keep it going.
Definitely, that's the story of Crazy.
I got a 4.5-bit-minute version. Got a 4.5-bit-minute version.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
You know?
That's crazy.
It's like you think about that, and then you think about starting from the bottom, Wu-Tang Forever, the Janae shit, Britney's interlude, all that shit, you know.
It's crazy, man.
Then the Hit Boy, then the Big Sean Chains,
Yeah.
you know, then Connect, then Come Through, then, you know, like you start pushing everything back and it becomes like more powerful almost, you know?
Wow, man. Yeah. Nah, I hear it. That shit's crazy. It just sets the scene, you know? It's almost like if that's the album.
What'd you call this?
I don't know, whatever. Just call it whatever you want. Oh, Who's Perfect? Yeah.
Like that's the place you're in.
Perfect, yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the place you're in, and that's the music I came from.
Yeah.
Somewhere between them low note.
Okay. Let's see.
Did you watch the show yesterday from the balcony or something?
No, I watched
Where you going? Hey,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right up
Over.
in front.
Nah, I heard it right away. I was just like, oh fuck.
That was a sick jam. Yeah, it's like 12.
Wu-Tang forever, like
It's like
keeping
in that
consistent.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it takes me back to like a year or so far gone.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it takes me back to So Far Gone too.
Rap songs out there, like you might like remember this one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I like it.
But that's important. It's like I think about that a lot. Like what people think in 10 years. Like does it stand up in 10 years? Like what is it worth? That even happens to like some of our own music. You know, you listen to it now. Which ones are like worth something now? Today, and only some.
Mike Kabongo, he's like it goes like he's the Wiggins before Wiggins, you know?
Yeah.
But he's wearing the OVO tee at the workout. Look at this shit. Crazy. Oh, this is pretty cool. That's cool.
I thought that was a sample for Western Road Flows, but Western Road Flows don't come till Views. That's 2016. That's 3 years later.
Oh wow.
I think we saw this movie, did we?
Maybe take a look at it and see kind of what our objective is this evening.
Is my boy on the MPC right now? Oh no, this is that the Roland? Oh, that's it, Kai. Nigga, I said MPC. MPC is like some Rizinous, not Rizinous, Arsonist, Heat Makers, Just Blaze, early Kanye, looping shit. Like, yeah, by then niggas got the Akai keyboard with the fucking beat pad. That's what this is. My producers know what I'm talking about. See, remember I was telling you, like, not only does he do the recording, like, he's gonna add the extra instrumentations, those pads. You know, if you remember Drake's sound, and this is what I call Drake's sound, is like, you know, it's like, just think about some of these songs and like what you remember. It's almost like there's an aura. There's like they created like this. It's like almost a soundtrack that feels like 2 a.m. driving. You're alone in the car. You're driving back home, like either thinking about a bitch or you just went out with a chick, or like just, it was very reminiscent of that time. But like they crafted like it was a soundtrack. Those same pads, those breakdowns, like all those things were like it was themes in the music. You kept seeing it come up, right? Like Drake's music at that time sounded very different than Atlanta, right? Like a 305 to my city. Don't think about it too much. Like these type of songs connect. Be like, isn't this amazing? How we act? It's a lack of communication. Like, come on, these are the songs. So, you know, again, I'm getting a little music nerdy with y'all, and I know some of y'all like, all right, let's just do some topics. Fuck Drake, I get it. But this is one of like the greatest albums of all time, at least for me. And watching it being done and kind of see how, you know, again, remember I was just guessing. I was like, 40 does this shit, and I'm watching him do it now. Like he's playing from some type of like thing loaded in. So he's in one key, but it's like a pad that's kind of like, and that's kind of colorizing the whole track. Somebody said this is a Drake Glaze Fest. Well, I would like to do this if maybe J. Cole would drop some shit like this, or maybe if Kendrick would just pop back up, we could do it with him. But I'm sorry, these niggas don't give a shit. But once every 3 years. So you know, Future's documentary. Did you ever see Future's what was that biopic? It was like a documentary for Future. You didn't see like this much instrumentation, but you saw him in the booth a lot. Like you literally saw how the creative wheels turned and churned out like so many hits, you know?
Finish it. So like when you finish the album, you then resequence it and listen to it resequence, and you might have to change something so the resequence works, and then apply that to the original as well, and that probably won't be significant. Like it won't be a significant change to the original, but it will make the resequence work.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
So as long as you do that, you'll be fine.
We'd have like a little tennis ball, and I'd be in my hat like,
Yeah.
pretend we're Felix Potvin.
Yeah, exactly.
Felix was the man.
Yes, he was the man.
Young Tony!
Oh my god.
And poster in my room.
Wendell Clark.
The cat.
Went to the World Series.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I remember that. And that was ages ago.
But I mean, we just haven't had something like that in a very, very long.
Yo, this is how you know this is a long ass time. This nigga's drinking Grey Goose, my nigga. Like, bruv, if you see a nigga with Grey Goose now, they're old as shit. Grey Goose? Like, first of all, like, you know, this is back when, you know, vodka is still popping, right? This is before Ciroc takes over. So Grey Goose is like, you're the guy. Grey Goose tastes disgusting. By the way, nobody drinks like vodka nowadays. I mean, I still rock with my Tito's, but everybody's on a tequila. Shit, even this is 818. This is Kendall Jenner's tequila. We all know Casamigos. That's what's that guy's name? I forgot his name. Y'all all know his name. He made $1 billion off that sale, but that's his tequila. The Rock has the Termo, whatever. That's his tequila. Like, everybody got a tequila, bro. I'm trying to get a tequila too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm about to say the guy's name. Who is it? Yeah, Clooney. Yeah.
Long time.
Very long.
So it's like, imagine.
That's why it's so painful, man, to watch them lose.
I know.
It just hurt.
And because we had the win, that's what hurts the most.
Just juice though.
Yo. That just bothered me that he let.
Okay. I guess they're talking about
The whole league wants them to win. Bowling's for Mimico, bro.
The way the city.
Yeah, the Vancouver shit was crazy. They trashed.
Yeah, he's just.
I don't mind the clap and shit.
Okay, I'm trying to find another clip. Yo, if you're a producer and you fucking working, I think this is Pro Tools. Zoom in on this and get all this nigga's settings, bro. Get all this nigga's settings for Drake. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. Finally hit at the end.
Yeah, it's dope. Yeah, that fucking yeah, I like the little melodies. Yeah, it plays kind of crazy.
Why? Go hear it back?
Yeah, please.
Finally.
Ooh, is this an? Oh, this part never came out. Wait, hold on. I guess he did like another little riff. Somebody say, Ak wishes he was here. Duh, what the fuck? This is the greatest album. Or not greatest, it was one of the greatest albums of all time. What are you talking about? Of course I wish I was in the fucking room when this shit was getting cooked up. Duh. Nigga, I wish I was in the room when Illmatic was getting cooked up. I wish I was in the room when Black Album was getting cooked up. When motherfucking Reasonable Doubt. What are you talking about? This is epic time. Nigga, I love music. I'm sorry. How about y'all get Kendrick to drop how we created a Good Kid, Mad City? I would love to be there for that too. I'm not gonna lie. Like shit. Imagine Kendrick cooking up Good Kid, Mad City. That shit probably is like epic. I want to see it.
And I say I don't need your way though, I don't need your sorries from you, girl, I'm on some bad though. I've been in my beast mode, I've been at the sea though, like I got a cheat code, I'm all about the peso, rolling out the Zego, rolling out the Mexico, rolling out.
Is that like some Atlanta influence in, like, you know, even like that flow? But yeah, this is clearly like a verse or like, you know, him trying some shit. This didn't make the final track clear. We never heard this before, right?
And I got a play though, and I roll them bags though. I've been on some shit, I'm on some shit. I've been away though, I've been away though. I don't need your way though, I don't need your sorries from you, girl. I'm on some bad though. I've been in my beast mode, I've been at the sea though, like I got a cheat code. I'm all about the peso, rolling out the Zego, rolling out the Mexico, rolling and you know I got the things on with the band though.
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. I need this version too. Is this Glaze? Like, I want this version too. I'm sorry.
I've been on the
I just don't remember doing any of it at all. I was just listening to it like, when the fuck is this out?
Oh, I will in there. That's the
Right now. Yo, the man's have a blue lighting and everything.
Dude, this is a music video.
What? That up.
Oh, it's like FaceTime? Was FaceTime around in 2013? I guess so, right?
Mud! What, Daddy, you good? Mud, pick it up.
Yo, this was good with Drake. Yo, Drake was just like super Toronto. Now he's like from Kingston, Jamaica right now. Mud, daddy, mud.
What? What, Daddy, you good? Everything's straight. Straightness.
No. That's a no. You don't pee in my house.
Who's this? I've seen his face a lot.
You don't pee in my house.
That's not Noel, is it?
You don't pee.
Jordan's gonna be frost. Jordan's gonna be frost.
Why? What?
That must be a popcorn party or something.
Why?
Why for them?
Straightness. Sorry. Yo, straightness. He's so.
I love when Drake gets into his I love dancehall culture shit. At least here I'm like, oh, he remembers a few words that Popcorn told him. Cool, that's kind of cool. Even though I ain't gonna lie, Toronto got a heavy amount of Jamaicans. I ain't gonna lie though. Heavy amount of Jamaicans. Though. Heavy amount of Jamaicans in Toronto. Trust me, daddy.
Yo, Diablo fry. Yeah, I know. I'm working. Working, yes.
Oh, that's a fire song too. What's the name of that song that's played in the background? Oh shit. Yo, this was a good time, yo. 2013. You know where I was at? Yo, chat, everybody tell me where you at in 2013. 2013, I'm gonna tell you where I'm at. 2013, I still got a full-time job. I just left college 2013. I got a full-time job. And I'm like, bruh, I'm DJing on the side. I got this full-time job. I'm making YouTube videos. I'm doing some shit on Yeezys and shit like that from a closet. I stopped producing as much music, but like I just want to be in music. Like anyhow, I just knew I couldn't rap, so I was just like, even though later on we found out Lil Ak is the best rapper in the world, so really I could have rapped, but like back then I was just like, I'm producing like not as much as I was like when I was just in college all day and I was just sitting at a computer. I'm definitely DJing. I'm working a full-time job. At that point I'm balancing. I got a couple of I got a little joints. I got like 3 to 4. Got a little roster type going on. I'm still kicking it with my homies, but I'm kind of like figuring out like what's gonna happen. I got this degree. It's called biomathematics. It's a biology degree and a math degree, and like kind of my professors were saying, yo, dude, like we'll write your recommendation. You'll get into fucking like if you want to get to med school. All you got to go do is you got to go take what's that test that you have to take to get into med school. Or if you want just a job in any fucking like laboratory, like we'll write your recommendation. Also, if you want to go to graduate school, like we got you, like you got one of the best degrees. And I'm like, bruv, like my goal was always to make 100,000. So I'm like, bruv, if I gotta have a lab coat on, a white lab coat, and I'll just treat music as the like passion for music and hip hop as just my side thing. Like I just have like a little DJ set up at the crib, whatever. But I'm getting 100,000 at my job. Fuck it. But like my whole goal, I was like, yo, damn, could I ever make this my full-time job? Like I love, bro, obsessive. Like nobody was obsessive more than me. I'm telling you, you see all these pussies in this fucking game, the Peter Rosenbergs, the Ebros, and these bitch ass niggas. This is why they can't talk to me, nigga. Obsessive. Nobody worked harder than me. And obviously worked out, but like back then I was just like, yo, also in my apartment, every 3 days, Sally Mae, then turned to Navient, sending me bills. Yo, you owe Rutgers University $120,000. You stayed there too long, gang. You ran out of student aid that we gave you via the state. You owe us $120,000. So I owe school $120,000. I got a full-time job. I'm getting paid $34,000 a year. I was a temp worker, so I was pulling in like maybe 500 to 600, between 500 and 700 a week. We were getting paid weekly though, which sometimes I would go to Atlantic City and gamble the whole bitch. I'm like, cool, I'm DJing on the side, but I'm getting paid like $300. But I ain't gonna lie, the bitches are liking me though. They're like, I go out there, like they always like the DJ. The DJ is almost like the star, like in random New Jersey. Like you're not seeing the actual artist, so like you're just seeing the DJ who's DJing all the hot spots. So whatever. But I'm like, fuck, I'm kind of making ends meet. I'm not paying back my loans yet. I'm figuring out life. This is why Drake's music, if you wonder why I like Drake, I'm giving you the blueprint. This is why Drake's music is hitting for me at that time. Like, I'm going through all these changes in life. Like, you know, just figuring out. When I was in college, like with my first 2 years, I'm a kid. Like, what I mean as I'm a kid, like, the greatest thing I've always said about college, I had no bills. I left my mama's house. I could come in back to my door at any time. I could leave at any time. I didn't have to explain to my mom. My mom wasn't one of the moms who'd be like my mom wasn't like Julio's mom. I'm thugging in the streets. Hell nah. Like my mama beat niggas. Like my mama whip our ass. Like my mama wasn't one of my mama was like, we be talking. My mom used to be a teacher. You feel what I'm saying? So like after she divorced my father, who was a principal, my mom know how to deal. She got 3 sons. She know how to deal with men. So it wasn't one of those where like, we got too big. You get a little crazy, nigga. She deck you straight in the mouth, like Jamaican shit, nigga. Boom, like oh shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're in the house. You're not doing too much shit. You're not just gangstering it out. You're going to do your schoolwork. So the first time we really get to be able to do what we want whenever, college. Like I'm at college now. Granted, I'm on a campus, but I'm living there. You feel what I'm saying? So that's like I'm like 19 at that point. Like I graduated like about like 22. It 22 or 21, whatever. I'd say five years in college. But yeah, this is a time where Drake's music. This is around 2011. 2011, I graduated 2013. Right? 2011, motherfucking Take Care is hitting. You know what I mean? 2013, I'm leaving college. This is where I'm at. I'm getting a full-time job, but like I'm trying to figure out what life is. And really, I say that too to inspire people who watch me. Let me tell you this, man. Also, value the moments of you not knowing, but always have the promise and the understanding that you will know, right? You don't know where your life is going to be when you're 30. Like right now, when I think about it, I'm like, damn, why was I ever stressing back when I was like 19 or 20, 23 or 24? I was working so hard. Something was going to happen. But back then, I didn't know. And I know I'm talking from a place of privilege, but I definitely believe that if you're in that space where you're super young, but you're trying to figure out life, and maybe you went to college for, I don't know, social work, but that's not what your passion is. Your passion might be, yo, I wanna open up a clothing store or a restaurant. Bro, just keep working at your passion and just keep working, bro. Keep working. You're gonna look up, and I've always said, like, if you're not down to work 10 years straight without any type of goal, any type of real gain, like, you accomplished it. If you're not ready to work 10 years for your passion, you ain't passionate enough. That was always my motto. If I can't put in work for 10 years and not make it, bro, I didn't want it bad enough, right? So, for anybody who's a little bit younger, I hope whether you watching me or, watching me kind of reminiscing on certain moments, because it's like matching up with my life at the point. I hope you take that, right? Like, bruh, just, shit's gonna be okay. Just keep working, work harder than everybody around you. Like, make sure if you ever feel like you have too much free time, you're fucking lazy, you're fucking up. Keep working at shit. You're gonna be bogged down with bills. Bitches are gonna curve you. And this is one of the most important decisions I had to make in life. For everybody, if you're below the age of 25, you have to come to that crossroads where you are able to tell your friends no. That hurt me when it first started happening. because they were like, we finally started getting bitches. Like bitches were fucking with us, right? I'm a poppin' DJ, so now it's like let's just keep hanging out with bitches and fuck them. But like it got old and it was just like, dog, I don't want to be 30 still doing this. I want to like get out of debt. I want to be successful. I want to have a nicer car than a Mazda 3. And I remember they would be like, yo, let's go to this. They're hanging out. And I would be like, nah, bro. Like, I gotta do this for you. That's going on YouTube.
Stop peeing on
and they
the
would just
floor.
kind of look at me like, what the fuck are you doing? You're about to sit here and do a fucking review. Why did you even DJ if you don't want to just enjoy the bitches? And I was like, I've enjoyed it already. I got to like put more work in because there's another level. So I guess I also say that to say, for anybody, man, you know, there's always some sacrifice. Anyway, enough for me, bro. Let's get back to Tracy.
Yeah. Man, technology is crazy, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Where are they?
Yo, I'm cheese right now.
I'm cheese right now. Yo, Kendrick right now is just like doing burpees, just swinging in the air, bro. Like, yo, tell me you're cheesing, fam. Like, yo, he's tight.
Hold on. Yo, I know you're cheesed. Yo, Jay. Jordan, come here.
Yeah, that is Vanessa Bling. Thank you. Who said that? Nashawn Webb? What you know about Vanessa Bling, dog?
Traitness! Traitness!
Where are you? Oh, studio.
Traitness.
Why?
Yo, give me 5 consecutive right now.
Why?
This is so funny because from what I know as a Jamaican, that whole thing about, let me explain it to y'all Americans or who are Jamaican. The whole, when it be like, why? It's like it really got popularized after Vibes Cartel and Popcorn, who were basically a tandem at that time. You know, it was them like speaking down and rebuking certain behavior. You know what I mean? So it's like, why is like pause. So he's, you know, it'd be like, yo, if you're like, it's just for whatever behavior. Just be like, yo, in Jamaican terms, and I'm also equating to American terms, you be like, yo, pause. What you mean you rocking the mic? You ever heard that with camera? Like, pause on rocking the mic. In Jamaican terms, you'd be like, why for rocking the mic? For rocking another man's mic. It's basically like no homo. Like, this all really it is. You get what I mean? Now, there's other like, you know, kind of intonations of it. You know what I mean? Because now they start to be like, why? And it's like, wire them up. And then if you ever look at like an autopsy, they cut the body in a Y format. So it then gets a little bit deeper, but that's all it is. It's not that deep. It's like, so when people are just saying, like when Popcorn says why, is usually because he's like, you know, he's rebuking or he's like denouncing certain behaviors. So it'd be like, yo, why for that? You get what I mean? So it's like, yo, we don't fuck with that, right? And then later, you know, you'll hear like, say, a Vibes Cartel that says, why? Like, you know what I mean? Which is usually when they're singing about gangster shit, is talking about killing people and why becomes the autopsy shit. I hope you understand it, okay?
Why? Traitness. 6 bomber clots consecutive me out here. Trust me. Whyness.
Now, I know some of y'all want me to just say Drake's a complete fraud for even adopting some Jamaican lingo. The thing is that Jamaican patois, which if you don't know, patois is a dialect. The reason why it's a dialect, I'm giving y'all a little bit of game here. Patois, and by the way, I grew up, I was born in Jamaica. I came over here, then I went to high school over here. The official language of Jamaica is English, but the dialect that people know Jamaica for is called patois. It's a dialect mixed with French, Portuguese, Spanish, and English. And there's some Latin there too. And all of that has to do with Jamaica's colonial history, where a lot of some of the conquistadors who came through the Caribbean, who touched the island of Jamaica, not only brought fruits and products and spices and herbs, but they brought languages that a lot of the locals adopted, and it became a blended mix. Okay, you understand? Now, the difference and the reason why, for example, if you go to Haiti or Haiti, they have as well their own, but I don't know if it's a dialect when it comes to Haiti. The reason why it's called a dialect in Jamaica is that a dialect is different from a language. So English is a language. Patois or Jamaican, or what do y'all call Jamaican? Patois is a dialect. The difference is a dialect has no official written form. So this is why they don't teach you how to speak Jamaican in schools in Jamaica, because there's no official written form. But there is a understood form when you speak it. So the people continue it, and it's called a dialect. A language has, okay, I am, he is, they are. Like there's conjugations, there is a official written form. When it comes to patois, it's called a dialect. Okay, some of y'all might be like, we don't give a fuck, but I'm trying to give a little bit of what that is. Now, Jamaican, the diaspora of how Jamaican immigrants. So a lot of Jamaican immigrants came to the U.S. as indentured servants. So they would come up on a visa to work the fields. A lot of them didn't go back. That's where you get a lot of Jamaicans who ended up coming to America, and it's mostly East Coast. New York, New Jersey, and you'll catch them also in Toronto. In New York, that's why the shower posse.
Shut up.
You get what I'm saying? Like on the East Coast, the shower posse came from the
Pissing on
influence
my
of the
floor.
gangs. They
You're
started
wrong
communicating
free,
with
but
people back
until then,
home.
you locked up.
There was drugs, whatever. So there's actually some real history to it. In Toronto, there's an influx of not only Jamaicans, but Jamaican culture. I don't know the whole history of Canada, but Toronto specifically, Jamaican culture influences Toronto. It's funny because I'll comment on some Toronto pages and they'll be like, why he trying to talk like us? And to me, it's hilarious because Toronto is heavily influenced by Jamaica, not the other way around. I am Jamaican. So when Drake is saying all this, that's more in tune with my natural language. When you hear some of these guys who have this, you might be like, these Canadians have this weird accent. No, it's a accent that's kind of built on English. Obviously with Canada, when you go to the West, by the time you get to Montreal and Quebec, we're going to be talking about French. There's French influence. To know about everything, you got to realize how culture really moved. You get what I'm saying? By the way, if you ever think about also Jamaica, Jamaica has two populations. There's heavy Indians and heavy amount of Chinese people. And those were people who came over for work, who stayed, who built businesses. Everybody, if you're from Jamaica, there's a bunch of Chinese people there. And there's a bunch of Indian people there, or call it Coolie. And those people, they're Jamaican, of course, because, they've lived there for generations. But they came during a time to build up infrastructure, and they never left. That's just kind of what it is. Anyway, all right, enough of that. Somebody says, my mom has to be a teacher. My mom is a teacher. My mother's a teacher. My dad's a principal. Well, was, God rest my dad's soul. So my dad was a principal. Yeah, I come from a really, like the name Akademiks, I didn't come up with it back in the day just to be like, nigga, I was a book nerd. Literally. I came up having to, this is how you're going to be a millionaire. You're going to have to excel in school and through academia. So that's why I became Akademiks. You know what I mean? As it's spelled, it's a little funny. Anyway.
You want to see part D? You want to see part D?
I already saw it.
Okay, let's keep it going. Okay, and I guess I said that to say, if you're saying that Drake is being a fraud when you're hearing him talk like this, you have to understand Canada. In Canada, the accent that you call weird is a blended mix of all the cultures that exist in Canada. So if you go to Toronto, and I don't want to speak directly for them, because there is much more than the Jamaican influx of immigrants. You have a huge Ethiopian population that immigrated, and I don't know how the real story of how that happened, but if you go to Toronto, you're gonna run into a lot of like, you know, Ethiopian people, right? You're gonna run into a lot of people from like Jamaica. You're gonna run into a bunch, like you have to understand how people have moved around on this planet to understand why these places, like if you think about why are there so many Hispanic people in the Bronx? Like that's a story. That actually is a story. Why is Florida dominated by Cubans? That's a story. Why do Cubans seem to identify more as Republicans? That's a story based on Cuba and their colonial past, or not colonial, but their past dealing with the dictator Fidel Castro and what they're. So all this makes sense. I hope you guys understand that. Somalis. I'm sorry. It's not Ethiopians. I'm sorry. Somalis. I'm sorry. Thank you. Yes. Them Malis. They I mean, Press, I believe, is, you know, Somalian. I think the guy who runs Six was, he's Somalian. Yeah, it is what it is. So, like, once you start realizing this shit, you'll figure it out. It's kind of like, think about, like, the U.S. When you go to the West Coast, when you go to California, there's a heavy Mexican population. This is why, like, even though they, you know, when it comes to inner cities and they talk about Bloods and Crips, they always have to talk about the Hispanic gangs. California shares a border with Mexico. What do you think happened? In Arizona, there's a lot of people who came across that border. Like, you get to realize that no matter where you're from, you're influenced by some other shit because of how people have moved around in this world. And someone like Drake, you know, I don't know the full story of Drake, of like, you know, I know his dad's from Memphis. Was his mom just from Toronto? I don't know. But anyway, if he grew up in Toronto, he's going to be exposed to a lot of culture that's going to be in tune with like that Jamaican dancehall reggae culture. And he's going to be in tune with a bunch of Somalian and Somalian culture. That's just kind of what it is, right? And when people just ignorantly say, oh, Drake is just trying to be Jamaican. No, if you grew up as a Canadian individual in Toronto, you're going to probably have a favorite Jamaican spot. You're probably going to be going to some dancehall parties, and you're probably going to have some lingo that becomes popular that's more Jamaican than not. So he's not really being a fraud or fake. He's just kind of being himself, but he grew up in Canada. And I have to say that because one thing I've realized, and I do want to, I want to send this message to my audience. I implore all of y'all to travel. Please travel. You have to see the rest of the world. The world is so much bigger than the city you live in, the block you live on, the state you live in, the region you live in. When you go to other places, you see their culture, their taste, their slang, their language, you know, and you get to appreciate that people are just different. And you know, anyway, I don't want to lecture y'all. But I do want to tell y'all to travel a little bit, because if you say that Drake is being like some type of, you know, colonized, like Jamaican people, most Jamaican people have family in a few places: London, Toronto or Canada, or in the New York, New Jersey area. That's kind of how Jamaica, like, you'll be like, oh, my auntie's in, like, my aunt and my cousin lived in London for a long time. You know what I mean? Now, me personally, I don't have any direct family that lived in Toronto, but yeah, like, if you ask me why I don't move out of New Jersey, because New Jersey is trash. Like, I would rather be in Florida. My family's here. Like, my only family that's not in Jamaica is in this little 2 to 3 states. Like, I could go to Florida, but now I don't. My family have to get on a plane to see them anytime. You know what I mean?
I know I'm gonzo. Yo, who got bun, daddy? Trust me.
So funny.
Okay. Here we go.
Something, you know?
Yeah, there's some working on that track. Like, by the way, this goes to show how long it takes to work on these tracks. this shit.
How fast are you going, 40?
Hey, chat, who is this? This clearly is an instrumentalist. Don't know what his name is. Can somebody get me his name?
And I said, somewhere between psychotic and iconic. Somewhere between I want it and I
Yo, who said Lenny Kravitz? Get the fuck out of here. Okay. I'm skipping past the repetitive part. Don't worry. Is that Jimi Hendrix son? Yo, y'all niggas is just lying. Y'all see a black guitarist and y'all automatically say that, huh?
Desensitizes the moment.
Yeah.
If you wasn't there, you
Is that Baca? I don't know if that's Baca. Who is this?
just wasn't there.
Right. Yeah.
You had the memory. That's all you had on it.
Yeah. That's so crazy too.
You know what's crazy that I realized? Yo, Drake himself was doing this recording. I don't even know what he was recording with, but I wonder if like people around him was like, why is this nigga like pulling out a camera on me, right?
That's so crazy.
Is this my Bach? He's probably documenting these moments for himself too.
He gets that he wants to kill the club, and he has to kill the club on the radio, and the new shit will just crush the world. He understands that, you know? But he's like, I just the moment, like, I don't want to lose the moment, like, you know? So I empathize with that, 100%. I get it. But it's a battle that even we go through with mixes. I'm terrified to get a mix from Gadge, because I might not like it, but I know it's going to be better.
Right.
Like, it's a tough thing to deal with, you know? So...
I know, we're getting a whopping no.
I know.
Anyway, fuck.
I don't know. Tough thing.
Drops. It's like, oh fuck, I'm downloading that. This song's on it. Like the only thing about it is you don't.
Look at somebody trying to. And by the way, we are live. I'm reading my Twitter, everything. Easy Mac Williams. I seen you just tweet me, so I'll indulge you, my brother. He says I'm on Axe Live, and what? He says Akademiks on his live talking about why Drake talks patois. Answer for this. I'll play it.
There's candlelight. It was really dark, really romantic. Got to know them much better, so it was fun. Do you have like your words up there that like kind of funky and weird?
The guys at our school, instead of addressing people like a group, like saying like, "What are you guys doing?" Say "man's like you." It's really weird. Yeah. So "man's like you" are going to that, and then just means like the group.
Crew. That's interesting.
It's not. It's really ignorant.
What about rude? That's rude.
Okay, so Drake basically calls the Toronto speak, which basically he kind of does now. He called that, he calls it ignorant.
No.
That's a good thing. That's fat. That's dope.
For you, sir, who tweeted me this, Drake code switches, yes. He's with two white girls and somebody who doesn't seem to come from the background. It's kind of like, it's almost like street talk. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, like if somebody like G Herbo walked up in here and it was just like, yo, I'm phone him grave, like I'm smoking on this and third, like, all right, cool. I'm gonna be able to communicate with them and I'm gonna understand why he's talking like that. Now, if I'm with two white girls who probably come from Beverly Hills, they don't know nothing about Chicago. Again, I'm not saying I would just completely deny the fact that I know about conversation, I know about speech like that, and I probably indulge in it. But that's what Drake did. He code switched. He code switched clearly, right? He's with two white girls, and he's acting like, yo, the street talk, I don't like that. That's ignorant, right? I don't know if he's doing it just to fuck. I'm just being honest. I don't know if he's doing it just to fuck, or maybe this is his true thoughts. You can make that opinion, but it is what it is, right? He's code switching. Like, that's clear, right?
You don't get that discovery of that song, and there's another song potentially living on its own. But it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's up to him, you know. If it doesn't work for him, then it doesn't work for him. But
I like it. I think
I think it's fucking huge.
I feel like I can pretty convince that I have like anything I want at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's just a matter of like how far I'm willing to go. But I can sell it to him. That's like a perfect rollout. Yeah, you drop that as a single, you launch it for him, fucking roll out, get everybody excited about the date, and then you boom, you drop the shit on the second. It's like,
and the crazy part is he has the tape to support it. It's not like my joint is the best joint on the tape.
Hold on. Oh, let me clap this up real quick. DJ Head saying, Dot don't talk to nobody, especially Ak. I'll even quote tweet. I got a quote tweet on the phone. DJ Head, I'm the greatest single journalist you've ever heard of. I want to put that out there. And I'll tell any nigga that's in the industry. I am, nigga, I built a 20+ million industry by doing this shit. I played Drake's video and Drake had to ask me, how'd you get it? When I tell you something came from, or something I know when it comes to Kendrick or whatever, I don't give a fuck who Kendrick is. I don't give a fuck about none of these niggas. Akademiks is the greatest single journalist you've ever heard of. You could be fucking Kendrick. If I said it, that's what it is. Let me be clear. I don't need to talk to the artist. I don't need to talk to the artist. How much shit did I break about Young Miami? You think I ever talked to her? Nope. I told you Drake has hit me like, wait, what the fuck? Ak, how'd you know about this? Yachty called me. Ak, wait, where'd you get this from? Nigga, I'm the greatest single journalist ever, nigga. You know why? All y'all niggas suck dick. Y'all sit there and be like, oh, the artist is cool with me. I'm glad when I would talk to Drake. You know why? I'll go get the shit. I'm going to talk to the label, the distributor. I'm going to talk to the niggas who they pay to, yeah, hear this loud and clear. The niggas who they pay to do the rollouts and buy the shit. Yes, I talk to all of them. So when I say some shit, I don't give a fuck about talking to Kendrick. If I leak a Jay-Z news, I don't got to talk to Jay. Never have, never probably will, and don't care. But it will be accurate. So let me put that out there very clear. I never said I talked to Kendrick, and I don't need to. I have sources on all of these niggas. That's a fact. I'll give you even one better. I won't say who. And matter of fact, let me become a little bit. You know, half the time I come up on this shit,
Coco,
the distributor done call me. The label done call me. I don't talk to who. I don't give a fuck about an artist. An artist is always trying to do a PR spin. You know who ain't trying to do the PR spin? The distributor. Who ain't trying to do this? You know who they pay to do the PR spin? The digital guys who all work with me. DJ Head, you go ask Kendrick. I know every and by the way, if you could tweet this, I'll expose it next stream. I'll show you how much I don't give a fuck. You go ask Kendrick, hey, does Akademiks know all the digital dudes you work with and everything like that? Does he tap in with them every day? Have they spent millions of dollars together? You say yes or no, we'll have a great stream next time. Nigga, don't ever doubt my sources, my boy. You up on that nigga's crotch. I'm Big Ak. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all niggas in media. I'm the greatest media personality, period, nigga. And I'm saying that as a fact because when I come out with shit, niggas don't break shit no more because y'all sucking dick. Nigga, you know I had to leak that Drake shit. Drake talked to me. But I didn't ask that nigga because I said, nigga, I gotta be me, nigga. I gotta do my job, nigga. It's Big Ak. Fuck out of here. That nigga hit me after my street. Yo, Ak, how'd you get that? You don't need to. Nigga, I'll even show you the DM. The nigga said, Ak, I'm only asking you because I know you gotta do your job. I want to know if my music is compromised. So it's not compromised, bro. I didn't get the full video of what you did, but I got the tea. I got the info. So I'm gonna bring it to the people because if you tell me something, now I'm compromised. That's really compromised. Like if Drake is telling me mad shit, but I can't tell y'all. Like I'll be a bitch ass nigga. I'll be snaking him. But if I go get the info by myself, I'm just dropping it because I know it's facts. I'm not gonna ask him because Drake has told me hella shit. The moment I go back and I tell y'all, it's gonna be seen as, damn, the nigga told you in secrecy. None of these niggas can ever say that. Yo, bro, I told you that in private. Why are you saying that? No, you didn't. My job here, when I say, and listen, Kendrick ain't above none of these niggas. That boy put out music. He put one pant foot on and the other pant foot on. He put on his drawers and a shirt just like everybody else. Kendrick ain't nobody, my nigga. I get info on any artist that put out music. Once y'all have to deal with music, don't drop in a vacuum. Let me tell you that now. Y'all niggas gotta talk to y'all labels, distributors. Y'all all run promo plans. Y'all do PR. Y'all do all of that. I talk to them. You know why? I get paid by them. I made $1 million with the niggas who work for Kendrick now. So what is DJ Head talking about? Shut up, nigga. That's facts. I made $1 million. The nigga who's it's even clear to even understand. The nigga who is one of the main niggas of Kendrick, I've made $1 million with him before. What are you talking about? Like, and by the way, he's not the person, so don't try to go fire that nigga now, because y'all gonna figure out who it is. But don't ever doubt my sources, my nigga. Kendrick himself can't doubt my sources. I'm telling you, none of y'all. When I say something, just shut up. Only thing you can say is, no, that's not true because I'm saying it's not true. Okay, if that's what you're saying, cool. But just please, let me be very clear. It's a reason why this whole beef took place on my platform. Big Act made it like that's not because I'm cool with Drake. Me and Drake used to beef. Y'all niggas never knew that. Me and Drake used to beef. That nigga had to respect the fact that I'm just the guy. I'm going to find out all y'all secrets. You remember when I said the whole thing when people thought there was some weird shit where people like, yo, they thought I was saying I'll take the whole industry down like it was like I'm guilty or something. That wasn't what I was saying. I have all y'all secrets. I play the game in front of the camera, behind the camera. When I'm not on camera, I call 30 niggas. I talk to y'all bosses. I talk to the people who you sent the records to. The producer done talk to me. I sometimes talk to the bitch the producer fucking. I talk to everybody. It's almost to the point I've even said, like, I feel like I should almost just create like a little Patreon or some shit that I'm like, yo, this is only for exclusive, because nobody breaks this type of news. It's facts. I was the nigga who told y'all that